Before we start today's video, I just want to explain a couple of things to you. As you know by the title and by the thumbnail, today I will be ranking the Studio Series 86 figures, but I just want to explain how my ranking video will work. I will start with my bottom 3 figures, and I will end with my top 3 figures. You know, saving the best for last and all. Anyway, let's begin the video. Hello everyone, Raccoon-Formers here, and welcome to part 1 of my Studio Series 86 ranking video. But I know what you're thinking, Raccoon-Formers, there are only 6 figures, so how is this going to be a 2-parter video? Well, I'll tell you. In part 1, I will be ranking all of the Studio Series 86 figures and how well they are as toys, and in part 2, I will be ranking all of the characters Hasbro made into figures movie-wise and how well they are in the movies. Good idea, right? Let me know in the comment section below if I should make a part 2 to my Constructicon ranking video where I rank the Constructicons movie-wise. I will gladly do it if I can. Now, let's begin. Taking the 6th spot on my list of being my least favorite Studio Series 86 figure goes to the Transformers Studio Series 8605 Voyager Class Scourge. But don't get me wrong, this figure is fantastic, but I do have a few issues with it. For example, these bits right here on either side have a huge tendency to pop off, and they are extremely difficult to get back on. And those bits are extremely fragile as well. If one of the bits fall off, I feel like I'm going to break the figure every time I have to tab it back on. So I highly recommend being careful with that, or else the figure might break, which you don't want, do you? Am I right? But yeah, and the energy effect bit that he comes with stores right here for vehicle mode, which looks cool, but it has a huge tendency to not stay on all that well. As you can see, it does not like to stay on that well, which is a huge losing hazard, and I do not like that at all. But yeah, and this bit right here is supposed to fold over Scourge's head to hide it in vehicle mode, but as you can see, it doesn't like to stay tabbed, and as you can see, there is a little bit of a gap there. I'm not sure if that's a design flaw or if it's something I'm doing wrong. Let me know in the comment section below if you know. But yeah, guys, let's stop being Eeyore. We need to take a look at some of Scourge's good qualities. The Cybertronian hovercraft he transforms into looks absolutely gorgeous and is spot on to how Scourge appeared in the 1986 film, and I'm pretty sure that there are multiple Scourge ships in the 1986 film. Let me know in the comment section below if there are multiple Scourge ships or if it's another character. I would, well, greatly appreciate that. I would definitely greatly appreciate that. But yeah, the hovercraft he transforms into looks absolutely gorgeous, like I said. And if you fold out these bits right here, it sort of gives him landing gear. See? And as you can see, that energy bit is a complete pain. And he comes with 2 phenomenal accessories, but not so phenomenal storage. The accessories he comes with are this blaster and this energy effect bit for the blaster. So that's technically only 1 accessory, because this is for the blaster. So he technically only has 1 accessory, and that is a blaster. So yeah. His robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous and is absolutely spot on to how Scourge appeared in the 1986 film, but I'm a huge fan of Scourge's beard. I think it is super cute. He's like the Transformers version of Santa Claus. What could be cuter than that? I guess Jetfire is like that too, because Jetfire also has a beard. So help me decide, who is cuter? Leave your vote down in the comments. But this could help your decision. Scourge is a Decepticon, a villain. Jetfire is an Autobot, a hero. So Jetfire is obviously cuter because he's a hero. He's nice, not evil, even though Jetfire is sometimes really grumpy.
What sort of hideous mausoleum is this? Answer me, pawns and knaves! Show yourselves, or suffer my infinite wrath!
But Scourge's eyes being red sort of make him look like an alien. But wait, he is an alien! He's a Cybertronian, and all Cybertronians are aliens. Silly me. Ba-dum-psh. Rimshot. Nice joke, right? So yeah, I love Scourge's robot mode, but the only real issue I have with it are his hands. His hands are super tight and super hard to move, and I am not a fan of that whatsoever. But nonetheless, Scourge is a phenomenal figure with a few flaws, but I highly recommend picking him up and adding him to your collection. Taking the 5th spot on my list goes to the Transformers Studio Series 8602 Deluxe Class Cup. Another great addition into the Studio Series 86 line. A great figure at that. But it does have a few flaws. For example, the wheels. The wheels look cool and everything, but I hate how they don't have any rims. Those bits of plastic don't really work for me. But I do really like the wheels right here. They're sort of hidden, which is sort of cool. And the woolly mammoth tooth. That is a nice touch. But yeah. And I also don't really like how the wheel well is 2 different colors, light and dark. It's like Two-Face from Batman, you know? But hey, it works. And the thing I hate most of all about this figure is the window. I like that it's transparent, but I don't like how they put a big block of plastic behind the window. That just doesn't look all that nice. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you agree with all of my opinions about this figure. So let's stop being Eeyore and take a look at some of Cup's good qualities. He has a few good qualities, but not a lot. That's why this figure is ranked so low on this list. But one of the things I love about this figure is the paint scheme. The turquoise blue and the white look gorgeous together. Gorgeous. And I also love how there's hardly any robot kibble underneath of the figure. There's a little bit of robot kibble, but not a lot. In my opinion, the less robot kibble there is, the better the figure is. That's my motto. So yeah, I also love how there's this bed here. I mentioned this in my Studio Series Cup review, that Cup transforms into a Cybertronian pickup truck. So it's like they put a pickup truck bed. That's a nice homage to the original pickup truck, you know? So yeah, he comes with 2 phenomenal accessories, including a blaster and the Energon Goodie Dispenser. I love the Energon Goodie Dispenser because he did use it in the 1986 film to make a peace offering with the Sharkticons. You know, the universal greeting. Ba weep grana weep ninny bomb.
Ba weep grana weep nitty bong.
Ba weep grana weep nitty bong.
Ba weep grana weep nitty bong.
How was that for an imitation of the universal greeting? It was good, right? Let me know down in the comments. So yeah, his robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous and is absolutely spot on to how Cup appeared in the 1986 film. But one thing I love, pretty much, it's my favorite thing about the figure, is the fact that you can rip off Cup's arms and legs to recreate the scene where he got wounded. I just love that. That adds so much play value to Studio Series Cup, and collectors can have a lot of fun with that. So it's just gorgeous. The only downside I have with Cup's robot mode is the face. His head sculpt looks absolutely gorgeous, but his face looks like he's staring off into the distance, and they just didn't add a lot of texture to it. I just feel like they could have done a lot better with Cup's face. But not to sound like Eeyore, Studio Series Cup is awesome, and I highly recommend picking him up. Taking the 4th spot on my list goes to the Transformers Studio Series 8603 Deluxe Class Blur. I love this figure, but I do have a few issues with it. But for once, we're going to start with Blur's good qualities. Let's do that, shall we? So yeah, one of the things I love about this figure is the paint scheme. The light blue and dark blue look gorgeous together. And he has a nice looking back section as well. Engines, paint, and he also has a nice looking tail fin, which is screen accurate because Blur had a tail fin in the movie. So yeah, screen accurateness is always fun, am I right? But yeah, nice looking windscreen right up here as well. Autobot insignia, cool colors, what's not to love? But the window is one of the things I don't like. It looks a bit strange to me, but it's not as bad as Studio Series Cup's window. See? So yeah. But hands down, my favorite thing about this figure is the cockpit. Look at that. There's a dashboard in there. How cool is that? Yes. And there's also a nice looking floor. And yeah. But one of the other downsides of this figure is the seat. But don't get me wrong, the seat looks cool, but it has a tendency to fold in on you, and it is a huge hassle to get it out. So make sure to be alert of that. He also comes with 2 phenomenal accessories, a blaster and a welding torch. But I don't really like the weapon storage. But yeah, his robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous, and I actually don't have a lot to say about it that's negative, but I do have a few issues with this figure's robot mode. For example, the clunkiness on the arms. That is extremely annoying, because when I move the arms, it moves the arm kibble along with it, which totally gets in the way of the articulation. It's just not cool, bro. But yeah, he does have some coolness as well. Let's take a look at some of that. His head sculpt looks absolutely gorgeous. And unlike Studio Series Cup, they added plenty of details to Blur's face, which is gorgeous, cool, awesome, cute. I ran out of good quality words, but yeah. I do have one issue with this figure's head sculpt, though. It sort of looks like he's staring into my soul.
I'm gonna live every minute of it.
Not that kind of soul. That's the movie soul. I mean, it looks like he's staring at me all creepily. I'm just kidding. But yeah, other than those few issues, this figure's robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous, and this figure as a whole is absolutely gorgeous, and I highly recommend picking him up. Alrighty, beautiful people, we just finished up taking a look at my bottom 3 Studio Series 86 figures. Now let's move up a notch on the totem pole and take a look at my top 3 Studio Series 86 figures. So don't go anywhere yet, the show's not over. Keep on watching. Taking the 3rd spot on my list goes to the Transformers Studio Series 8604 Voyager Class Hot Rod. Another great Studio Series 86 figure. Let's take a look at some of his coolness. Yeah, the race car he transforms into looks absolutely gorgeous and is spot on to how Hot Rod appeared in the movie. And yeah, it's awesome. Let's take a look at some of its details. I'm not going to take a look at all the details, because that's what my Hot Rod review is for. But I'll take a look at some of the things I like about it. For example, the window. The window looks really nice. The transparent blue plastic they used looks a lot better as a window than Studio Series Cup's window. See? But yeah, and the paint scheme is awesome as well. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to finish off the rainbow song. But yeah. And listen to how well he rolls. Listen to that. So smooth. Rolling on the road, rolling on the road, rolling on the road, rolling on the road. I'm Hot Rod, I'm rolling on the road. I'm Hot Rod, I'm rolling on the road. Time to applause. So anyways, it's all good. He comes with many phenomenal accessories, including a buzzsaw, 2 blasters, 2 energy effect bits, and the Matrix of Leadership. Oh, and an energy effect bit for the Matrix of Leadership, which looks pretty good, I might add. The Matrix of Leadership, light our darkest hour, get me to 70 subscribers. Yeah. But the weapon storage, in my opinion, is very strange, especially for these accessories right up here. It just sit right here on the roof. That is really strange, like I said. Well, it's either that or on the hood, and I think it looks better on the roof. But the weapon storage for the energy effect bits looks phenomenal. I don't have any issues with that. And so far, I have not found any weapon storage for the Matrix of Leadership yet. Let me know in the comment section below if there is any. His robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous and has many cool hidden features. I'm sorry to interrupt the video, but I just have a quick, important clarification to make. I know what you're thinking. What's that play symbol doing on Hot Rod's picture? I'm sorry, but that was an accidental error with one of my exports and I couldn't figure out a way to get rid of it. So since I couldn't figure out a way to get rid of it, I decided to make it work. So here's what I decided to do with it. I decided to turn it into a little bit of a competition for you all. You know those choose your own adventure books, which are books that you can choose the ending for? Let's treat that play symbol just like that. Pretend like the picture of Hot Rod with the play symbol is a mysterious video of Hot Rod. It obviously isn't, but pretend it is. But it's your job to think of a storyline for this pretend video, and let me know what ideas you think of for a storyline down in the comments. There's no deadline for this competition, so take as long as you need. But when I get comments with storyline ideas, I'll look through the comments and I'll choose 3 storyline ideas. And when I choose 3, the competition will close and I'll make a video later on talking about the winners. So, good luck. Now, back to the video. One of those hidden features is his hand can literally turn into a welding torch, which he used to fix Cup in the 1986 film. And I love how they were able to work that feature into this figure. And now he goes along great with Studio Series Cup, because remember, Studio Series Cup's arms and legs are able to come off to recreate that same scene. So that just adds so much play value with these 2 figures, and collectors can have a lot of fun with that. Another cool hidden feature he has is retractable goggles. How cool is that? He had goggles in the 1986 film as well, so screen accurateness is always fun, am I right? But he used the goggles at the very beginning of the film to look closer at an Autobot ship that was really taken by Decepticons.
Hot Rod, look! There's a hole in the shuttle!
What? You can win if you're dead. Decepticons!
See? But this figure here is from the Depths of Unicron scene, which is a completely different scene. He never used those goggles in the Depths of Unicron scene. I guess they were trying to get into the good old Hot Rod spirit or something. Also, the exhaust port kibble on the arms look really nice as armor, but those bits of armor in the movie were actually guns for Hot Rod. See, I'm sorry I never mentioned that in my Hot Rod review. I never realized that until after I made my review. So that's why I explained it to you now. See, I'm a nice guy. So, yeah. Hot Rod is a phenomenal figure and I highly recommend picking him up. But it's your choice. Taking the second spot on my list goes to the Transformers Studio Series 8601 Deluxe Class Jazz. Another phenomenal Studio Series 86 figure. This figure is awesome. Let's take a look at some of his coolness. Dum dum dum. The race car he transforms into looks absolutely gorgeous and is spot on to Jazz's appearance in the 1986 film. It's just awesome. And I mentioned this in my Jazz review. Jazz transforms into a Porsche, a G1 styled Porsche. How cool is that? I'm just so glad that they were able to work that into Jazz's character, because the Porsche that is presented right here looks absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. So, yeah. The paint scheme is awesome, the racing stripe is awesome, the spoiler is awesome, the number 14 is awesome, the wheels are awesome, the accessory is awesome. I just don't like the weapon storage. He comes with one phenomenal accessory, and that is a blaster. Pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang! But it has terrible weapon storage in my opinion. But another thing I like is the lack of robot kibble. Look, there's hardly any. And listen to how well he rolls. Listen, do you hear that? I bet you don't, because that's how smoothly he rolls. Just let me know in the comment section below if you are just truly satisfied with this figure. He also has phenomenal windows. Check them out. The transparent blue plastic they used looks phenomenal. And it looks a lot better than Studio Series Cup's window. See? But let's stop harshing on Studio Series Cup, shall we? He is pretty cool. His robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous and is spot on to how Jazz appeared in the 1986 film and how he appeared in the G1 cartoons. It's just phenomenal and has so many wonderful details. Head sculpt, gorgeous. Body, gorgeous. Arms, gorgeous. Legs, gorgeous. Everything is gorgeous. Everything is. The only thing I'm not a fan of about Jazz's robot mode is the tenderness with the backpack section. Actually, that's more of an issue with the transformation, not an issue with his robot mode. But anyway, I'll continue. There is such little clearance back there that I feel like I'm going to break the figure every time I deal with that step while transforming this figure to robot mode. I'm just not a fan of that. And I highly recommend being careful while dealing with the backpack section, or else the figure might break, which, who would want their figure to break, am I right? I wouldn't, I don't know about you. Yeah. So, yeah. This figure's robot mode is gorgeous, this figure's vehicle mode is gorgeous, this figure as a whole is gorgeous. It's just phenomenal, and I highly recommend picking it up. But I know what you're thinking, Raccoon-Formers. If this figure is such a masterpiece to you, why isn't he your top pick on your ranking list? Good question. Let's move on to my favorite Studio Series 86 figure, and you'll see why. Taking the first spot on my list of being my favorite Studio Series 86 figure goes to none other than the Transformers Studio Series 8606 Leader Class Grimlock. Who'd you expect? This figure is absolute perfection. But before we get started with all of Grimlock's cool details, I just need to clarify something. I'm sorry that I'm in a different camera angle right now. I had to switch the camera angle, because this camera angle is a lot larger, because I needed a larger camera angle to fit Grimlock, because he's a big boy, and I don't mean the restaurant. I mean, he is extremely large. But anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, Grimlock. Like I said, Grimlock is absolute perfection with many phenomenal details. But I'm not going to go over everything, because like I said already with other figures, that's what the review on that figure is for. So there's no need to explain everything, but I'll explain a little bit. But yeah, let's start off with his dino head. Look at that. It's just awesome and adorable. Who's a good dino? Who's a good dino? Me, Grimlock, not cute. Me, king. Sorry, Grimlock. Pat. Yeah, and the tail back here is phenomenal as well, with many cool colors. And it looks like Legos. The colors look like Legos. Yeah. But yeah. One of the downsides are the toes. They're extremely fragile and sometimes get really loose, like this one here. But he still stands up phenomenally, as you can see. But yeah, another issue I have with the figure is the dino arms. But don't get me wrong, large dino arms can be a good thing, but this is a T-Rex for crying out loud. And T-Rexes are known for having short arms. So yeah, I guess they were trying to give him a more G1-ish design, but who knows? Right. He comes with two phenomenal accessories, including a blaster and a minifigure of Autobot Wheelie. But I like the minifigure of Autobot Wheelie, but like I mentioned in my Grimlock review, I am not a fan of the fact that it doesn't have knee joints. And I don't like the storage for the gun. It's weird seeing a dino with a gun on his back. But let's stop being Eeyore, shall we? His robot mode looks absolutely gorgeous and is 100% spot on to how Grimlock appeared in the 1986 film. By far. It is just pure perfection. His head sculpt is awesome, his articulation is awesome, his details are awesome, his everything is awesome. But yeah, let's go back to his dino mode for a sec, because I have something really cool that I want to show you. Let me just remove Mr. Wheelie and the gun. You know the step that you fold the head down for transformation? He actually transforms that exact way in the 1986 film.
Dinobots transform!
See, he transforms screen accurately. How cool is that? I'm just so glad that they were able to work that step into this figure. It's just phenomenal. So anyways, now do you see why Jazz wasn't number one on my ranking list? This figure right here blows all the other Studio Series 86 figures out of the water. But I don't mean the other 86 figures aren't gorgeous. They are. They're definitely gorgeous and worth picking up. This figure is just my personal favorite. That's all. You can have your personal favorites or personal opinions. You know, let me know what your favorite Studio Series 86 figure is down in the comments. But anyway, with all things considered, this figure right here is a phenomenal masterpiece by Hasbro, and I 100% highly recommend picking it up. Well, beautiful people, those are my opinions on the Studio Series 86 figures. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with my opinions. Now, let's keep trucking. Well, friends, this pretty much wraps up this ranking video. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to click that big red subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a future video. And I have a little bit of a challenge for all of you. Whenever you have time, watch the 1986 film and keep track of whatever characters Hasbro hasn't made yet into figures and list them down below in the comments, because that's going to be a future video on the channel. I will be talking about characters from the 1986 film that Hasbro should add to the Studio Series 86 line. So if you list characters you find in the 1986 film, I'll read through the comments, and if I like any of the characters you listed, I'll mention them in that video. So if you find any characters Hasbro should make, let me know down below. And make sure to stay tuned for part 2 of my Studio Series 86 ranking video. That video is coming soon, but I have a few videos I need to make before that one, so make sure to stay tuned for them. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you back here for more Transformers news and reviews. Peace. Before you leave, I need to explain something to you. Remember how earlier in the video when I was talking about Hot Rod and the figure having goggles, but Hot Rod only used the goggles at the beginning of the 1986 film, but this figure is from the Depths of Unicron scene, but he never used the goggles in the Depths of Unicron scene? I think I have a theory behind why that is. Hot Rod always had the goggles in the 1986 film, he just only used them at the very beginning of the film to look closer at that Autobot ship. So that's what I meant by them getting into the good old Hot Rod spirit. Because like I said, Hot Rod always had the goggles in the 1986 film, so the designers probably wanted to show what Hot Rod's character was really like back then. That's just my personal theory. Let me know if you have any other theories behind Hot Rod's goggles down in the comments. Wait, viewers, before you sign off, I just have one more thing I need to tell you. Here's another thing that I like about the Studio Series 86 line as a whole. I love how they included the Matrix of Leadership with Hot Rod, because this little beauty was a big part of the 1986 film with the Decepticons trying to steal it and all, and since they included a Matrix of Leadership toy in the 86 line, collectors can have a lot of fun with their 86 figures setting up battles and stuff. I just love that they included the Matrix of Leadership. I also love how they included the Matrix of Leadership with Hot Rod rather than another figure. Because Hot Rod was the one who saved the day at the end of the film, where he defeated Galvatron and became worthy of the Matrix of Leadership. So it was only right that they packaged the Matrix of Leadership with him. Because, like I said, he became worthy of the Matrix of Leadership and became Rodimus Prime. So that's another thing that I like. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Catch you next time. Peace.